Okay guys, so it's the, I believe it's the 3rd. Let me double check here to make sure that I got my dates correct. I know it is the 3rd. Yeah, it's the 3rd. Around 6:30 or so. Freaking cold out. Of course, we are next to the trees as well, which is cold. Brr. Oh, it's like fucking wintertime all over again, boys. But anyways, my friend's been here picking up bales. Well, he had his truck here, but that's not his tractor sitting over there. And this field's already pretty much all empty, so there's still all this over here. There's still lots of bales left, but but yeah, that's not his tractor over there. So it must have. I know his son got a John Deere, and that's what that is. Nice little John Deere. But I'm just doing my another round here again. I didn't know. I didn't think he was going. I thought he would show up today, but I don't know. Maybe he's getting to the point where he doesn't want to do much anymore. So he was down. He's got his disc here. Well, that's not his disc either. That's his son's disc. But he was hooked to it. He was hooked to it yesterday, I believe. And yeah, he disced up this land over here, which I'll go take a quick look at. I broke the adapter for my GoPro's memory card, so I won't be pulling any files off this camera until about the 9th. Maybe I'll make a little video on my cell phone and I'll talk about it, but I don't know if he's coming back tonight or not, but yeah. So yeah, so he worked up this piece. This is like a small piece, and then the large piece is over there. I call this the sample. Like, you can take a sample from it. That's how small it is. It goes all the way to the end though, but it's awful small. So we'll turn around. We'll turn around here and we'll go look at that nice little John Deere that he's been talking about. If you guys remember that baling video, that big 1086, well, that was not him driving, that was his son driving, his boy. But that's the old guy's son's tractor, if that makes any sense. The old timer is the one with the smaller 986, that's his tractor. But that looks like his John Deere. He said that he bought a John Deere tractor because he needed another one, or he needed he needed another tractor to hook up to the mower, because he said he was getting sickening having to unhook from the 1086 to the, you know, unhook from the baler to the mower and back and forth. So he went and bought, I guess, this tractor here, and he's been doing some mowing with it. But it looks like it comes with a loader, so he must have got it for loader work too. So, but yeah, this field's pretty much all empty already. There's about 3 bales left, not 5 more bales here yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here. So there's actually 7 bales here. Oh, that fucking wind is cold. Brr, brr. this must be the tractor he was talking about. Nice little John Deere, 4240. It's even got a John Deere loader on it. It's a nice little tractor. You know, funny thing is that actually seems smaller than the 986, but I believe it's the cabs that they make it was a little smaller on this. But yeah. See, the funny thing is that my head's about the top of that roof, and on the 986, my head wouldn't even pop over that. He must have just bought this. This looks brand new. Well, not new, but there's the disc. That was hooked to the 986, but it's not here now. So I don't know if he's coming back for another load or not. But looks like he put a skid plate under it for hay, for mowing. I guess the tires look pretty good on her. She's got some weights. Some wheel weights. It's got some new oil in her, it looks like. Thing's got... Looks like when he changed the oil, it was on 8,000 hours. So she's pretty used. 4240. I'll have to go see how much those tractors go for. Pickup slowing down. Looking at this nice little... I don't know what that pickup was doing. That made no sense at all. It looked like he was going to pull into the field, but then he just kept on going, like he seen Big Red sitting out here, so he probably knew. But yeah, so that's pretty neat. I know what the hell's his name? Little Farming Boy. I think that's his YouTube channel name. I think he's got a tractor, something like this. Why I'm saying that is because he had a small stack on his, just like that's got a small stack. But yeah. Very fancy though, it's very nice. I've always liked John Deere tractors too. I've never driven a 4240, I can't even speak, 4240. There was a big ass John Deere crawler on the bridge. Holy shit. I'm surprised that they haven't ever made loaders for those big ass fucking things, but what would you need a loader for, you know, and those huge things? I don't know if you can hear it just vibrating that fucking bridge. Wow. It's nice. But give her. It's moving pretty fast for a crawler. I wonder what crawlers' top speeds are. I never really looked into that. But you can tell they must not have been used very much because there's still paint left on the tines. That's why I figured these are new. So, newer. Anyway, it's even got a hook. Oh, so you can rip someone's tooth out? Oh, geez, that's freaking awesome. Yeah, so I don't know if he's coming back or not. Love to get some video of this thing in action. So yeah, I've never driven it. I've seen videos on how their transmissions works or how you go through their gears, but I've never really understood it. It's not something I was kind of used to. Pretty nice. Oh, we got a truck here, boys. We got a pickup truck here. Yeah, that's the truck I seen going across the bridge. I wonder what they wanted. That's why I figured they were gonna pull in that way. But Yeah, they wanted to talk to whoever was picking up the bales here. I don't know. Maybe someone's in trouble. But we got a light out. Uh-oh. Wiring's ripped too. Shit. But yeah. Look, it's even got a spare PTO right there in the corner, if you can see that. Spare PTO. That must be the 1000 PTO. Yeah. Holy fucking shit. We're all gonna get eaten alive by birdies. But yeah, there you go. So, a little bit of 4240 action. Well, no action, I mean, it's just a little video walk around over. Kind of neat. She needs a new exhaust pipe though. She's a little rusted looking. But I guess that's it then. We'll just wait until... I guess I'll go drive around for a little while. And it's getting kind of late now, but you know how it is, so... Yeah. I guess I'll just go, guys. Whenever he comes back, I'll fire up the camera if I can. Okay, so I'm just waiting for them to come back. They said it'd be probably about close to an hour. Maybe not quite an hour. So, yeah, I'm just kind of sitting here. They should be coming pretty quick here. I don't know. I got really nothing to do anyway. I can hear something walking in those woods. Probably a deer or something. Kind of interesting. But, yeah, so I guess the reason why he's here, the younger guy with the John Deere, he, the older guy's 986, which was hooked to the disc Thursday. Apparently it's not running too well. She's hurting, I guess, again. So, but you know, she's got almost probably 10,000 hours on her, so she's gonna probably start having some issues, I bet. She's already had quite a few issues, so. But, as you guys probably seen in the videos, that little John Deere can sure fucking go for a little thing. It's supposed to be the same horsepower as the 986. But, oof, that son of a bitch can really go. That son of a bitch has got a lot of torque. I don't know if you guys can see it, but when he tried to back up, his one wheel was spinning. Well, the grass is kind of wet. Maybe you can tell it's wet. So his tires probably would slip easy. I forgot cars are coming. But, he was just... His tires were just a spinning. That one anyway. So... Of course, it's got skinnier tires too, but you think it would be a little more grippier. I don't know. I don't know how that works, but I think if you were to do that with the 986, I don't think it would slip at all. I think it would just be too grabby. So, there's something in those damn trees. It better not be Bigfoot. Bigfoot, you in there? You in there? Go back to Canada. Wherever the hell you come from. So... yeah, it's kind of windy out. It's not too bad. It's kind of cool. The wind's cold, but everything else is fine. Like, I'm sitting here and I'm not really cold. I got a good windbreaker from the trees, obviously, so. But, well, I got that open spot over here. Pretty much. So, yeah. So, I guess the old guy's tractor's not running too well. So I guess this guy, the younger guy, had to come down and do it. So he's got his big 18-wheeler here, which is what you've seen, that big orange truck, and then the old guy's got his truck here too. So you might as well say within 2 days they got this field done. Because we're done with this field now. There's nothing even in. There's 2 more bales where the tractor's at, but then after that, that's it. We're done here. Then we got that field over there, just on the other side of the dike. We got the one at the cemetery. And then we got that ditch way at the end of town. And then there's 2 fields over here on the North Dakota side that's got to get done for here. And then that's it for here. Then the rest of the bales that they got to pick up elsewhere, that's kind of their problem. Because it's out of my way. So probably wouldn't be if I had my own truck, but it is right now. So. But, oh well, no big deal. That grass is fucking moved. I'm scared, boys. See how that grass is falling over? Like there's something. It must just be maybe a frog. Or a little rat walking around. Something stupid. So, I don't know. But, yeah, that truck he's got, that big orange one, that son of a bitch can roll coal good, too. Of course, doesn't have any of that freaking DPF, or whatever they call it, that sorry to say, that faggot stuff, you know, I don't believe in that shit at all. It's not necessary. Unless you live in a big city, maybe that's an issue. But when you live out in the middle of fucking nowhere, you don't need that crap. It's a waste of money and time and energy, you know. So, yeah. And what's so stupid too is that a lot of people say, "Oh, your truck has so much horsepower with it, you know, that DPF stuff put on it and whatever." And then some say, "Oh, you gain so much more horsepower without it and stuff." You know, it's kind of, I think, just whatever you want. If you don't want it on your truck, don't have it on. If you want to have it on, then have it on. It's just, it's whatever you think, you know. It's not what other people think. It'd probably cost a shit pile of money to have that, you know, shit removed, but that's probably well worth it at the end. I think your truck would last a lot longer without it. So, but yeah, I figured I'd just come out here and give you guys a quick little update, and yeah, Big Red needs a bath. See, my stickers, it looks like my sticker's turning yellow. Well, that's because it's dirty. I gotta use soap to get it off. But they're talking some warmer weather here in the next couple of days. It's supposed to get up to the 70s, high or low 80s, whatever. So one of those days I'll probably wash up Big Red and bring the snowplow out, because I don't want to do stuff too late when it's freaking minus 20 out, you know. Get it done early, then you don't have to worry about it for quite some time. So yeah, yeah, this feels pretty much well done. There's not much left going on. He's still got the disc here. I don't know what he's gonna do with the damn disc, if he's just gonna hook it to the John Deere and take it home or what, but sure the hell can't leave it here all winter, because it'll just go floating away with it. You know, if the river should come up, it'll just pick that culvert or that disc up and take it. So I'm sure he'll come and get it. So look at that. There's some kind of, you guys ain't gonna be able to see it, but coming right up onto the bridge right now, there's a little telescoping forklift going across the bridge. Maybe you can see it right there, probably in the center of your screen. The arm thing sticking up. So thing moves pretty good though for a little forklift. Well, it's not that little, but yeah. Looks like a lot of trees are starting to grow here. That's not too damn good. But yeah, so don't know exactly when he'll get here. I mean, he should definitely be here pretty quick. I mean, I've been out here for almost 10 minutes, so that's another 10 minutes gone by. So he said it would only take about 40 or 35 to 45 minutes to unload. So yeah, he said that he was looking for a I guess a Case H Magnum, I believe, tractor, a four-wheel drive one. Not an articulating one, but like a four-wheel drive tractor. He said he was looking for one of those, but he says they're hard to find around here, I guess. And he happened to come across that John Deere, and he's like, well, I need another freaking tractor. So he said that one there came with the loader, so he said he just got it just for mowing purposes, but he figured, well, it's got the loader, might as well get some use out of it. He's got the IH 1566 as well, but he says he hates that damn thing in the field. He says it's not good for in the field use. I guess because he says it doesn't have a 3-point hitch. The hydraulics are too slow, and I don't know if he ever fixed that one brake, but one of his brakes are out. So that tractor, I guess, was always kind of a piece of shit when he bought it, but that probably does need a good fixing up, that's for sure. I mean, most of this equipment does. That John Deere's actually pretty good, and he says it's got 8,000 hours on it. So it was I guess it was a beet tractor. It worked with beets, I guess. I don't know if it was they used a loader Or if they pulled some kind of a wagon or something with it, I don't know. But it's just going to be moving, and he bought the fork thing. He bought that himself, so. But that's just going to be a hay tractor now. I don't think she's going to be moving much for beets now, so. She'll be moving a lot of hay bales and stuff now. So, which is, I guess, pretty good. Looks like it wants to frickin' rain out. Which it possibly might. It rained a little bit this morning. Just enough to dampen everything. But you can see how quick it dries off my tires. Because the tires are probably getting a little bit more. Well, they're cold, but yeah, so the grass is probably still wet though. It was wet when I came down here, so doubt that it's dried up much. But yeah. There's 8 bales left. There's only 8 bales in that field, so that'll get the old guy's truck loaded. Right then and there, and he'll be able to take off. And then he's gonna go. Guy in the big truck wants to go to the cemetery, load up there because he can't go to the ditch. He says his truck won't make that tight turn. He can't go through all the culverts and stuff like the old guy can with his stuff. So I think he tried one year, and I don't think I was with him that year, but I don't think it turned out too well. So he said there's no way in hell he could take that truck back down there again. So, but yeah, you only need one truck for that anyway. There's probably not too many bales there. It's probably a good load and a half, I bet. So, but yeah. So I guess whenever he decides to show up, I'll probably just either I'll just sit here, I guess, or I'll just go maybe go around for a little while. Take a sneak peek, I guess, at stuff and stuff. I don't want to burn up too much of my battery juice here. I did put it back on the charger, but it wasn't on the charger very long, so not too sure how much juice it put in it. But I guess we'll just see what happens. So yeah, guess I'll see you guys in the next clip then. bye.